There is no doubt that answers to some really large questions will be found in the next 40 years. And there's also no doubt that the current generation of young people will have to find many of those answers. Our job at World Leadership School is to get them ready. We live in an incredibly exciting moment of world history. Globalization and technology are producing incredibly new and exciting solutions to problems like climate change and education, infectious diseases, and population increase. Our mission at World Leadership School is to empower young leaders to find new and innovative solutions to the world's pressing problems. At World Leadership School, we're always talking about finding what we call high leverage solutions to pressing problems. So in other words, how to have a really big impact but consume very few resources. So the high leverage approach that we have at World Leadership School is pretty simple. Instead of working with individual students, we try to work with whole schools. We help schools make the shift towards 21st century approaches to teaching and learning. Our experience shows that shifting a school's culture takes time, but the fastest way to make the shift happen is to work on the different levels of the school at the same time. In our consulting work, we work with administrators to develop school vision and strategy. In our professional development work, we work with teachers to help them develop their teaching vision, including their pedagogy and practice. We offer in-service days and faculty travel programs. We think of teachers as human beings who need to grow themselves before they can grow as teachers. Transformed teachers create transformed classrooms, and we measure our impact on schools by what happens inside the classroom. We even have this program called the Virtual Teacher Institute. In this program, our professional development director spends an entire year coaching a teacher through the process of globalizing his or her curriculum. Schools are going through a huge transformation right now, and it's driven by the fact that our world is changing so fast that we really have no idea what information our students are going to need to know when they enter the workforce in 10 or 15 years. So the old way of educating emphasized content and tests. This new way of educating emphasizes skills. There's skills that students will need no matter what situation they face. So we call them global skills or 21st century skills. And they include things like the ability to communicate, be creative, work in teams, communicate across cultural boundaries, be resilient. These are all critical skills for students to have in a rapidly changing, uncertain planet. In our service and leadership programs, we help students and faculty develop these global skills. What begins as a single trip, we hope, will blossom into a long-term sister school relationship with a school in Africa, the Middle East, Asia, or Latin America. In these programs, students and faculty from one school visit the other school in a 10 to 21 day program. They are completely immersed in the community while they're there. In the mornings, they're working on a service project like building a school classroom, which has been designed by the community and coordinated by our staff in country. In the afternoon, they're going through our leadership and global issues curriculum. And in the evening, wherever possible, we have students staying with host day families. This is a long-term sister school relationship, and it's really incredible to see how the power of the relationship builds year over year. If the first year is about building a relationship, in the second and third and fourth year, the emotional energy increases. Faculty work with faculty. Local students learn and work alongside the visiting students. Over time, exchange programs develop. It's really an incredible way to create change in both school communities. Now, these programs involve ziplining and trekking and rafting, but they're really not designed to be vacations. These are challenging learning experiences. The point, in fact, is to create a safe learning environment a strong community, and then push kids off balance. Push them off balance and challenge them and help them learn to see things from a new perspective, the perspective of their peer students overseas or their host families. We believe that challenge is a big part of learning. And at the end of a week or 2 week or 3 week program, we sit students down after weeks of working on a service project and living with the host day family and being unplugged from curriculum. We ask students some hard questions. What about this experience has moved you? And most importantly, what is it that you want to do with your life? We believe these are really, really important questions to ask students. Our approach to leadership is really simple. We believe that leaders come in all different shapes and sizes and personalities. There's really no one thing you can say about all leaders, but great leaders do have a few things in common. First, they are aware of their strengths and weaknesses. Second, they find ways to lead from their strengths and compensate for their weaknesses. And third, they lead from this place of passion and purpose. Our job at World Leadership School is to help students develop these leadership skills.